Hi guys, welcome back to Behind the Screen Dungeon Crawl. If you're just tuning in, this is our breakdown of what our BBEG or Big Bad End Guy is going to actually look like, physical attributes and stuff like that. If you haven't watched the other videos, I would probably suggest going back and finding them because we do have what our Big Bad Guy is going to be. And we also have the locale of the dungeon, so where the door might be, where the dungeon is exactly, what kind of dungeon it is, all that good stuff. If you watch anything after that without watching the other ones, expect to be really confused, like lampshade on head, toga dancing, coconut bra, that whole kind of deal. Who knows what's going to happen? Really bad magic tricks.
Just describe teenage years.
Yeah, like really things that just don't make sense. But if you're already caught up and up to speed, welcome back. And we're gonna dive right into what this big bad looks like.
Yep, we're gonna be going straight into their appearance, and it's more of like defining features.
Oh yeah,
so a D20.
sure thing.
And we're using the DMG for this, Dungeon Master's Guide,
18.
Chapter 4. 18. Okay, distinctive. There you go. Distinctive posture. Crooked or rigid.
Okay, so that means hunched.
Yeah, so let's actually do a D4.
Yeah.
The D4 method to figure out if he's real crooked or real rigid.
1.
Alright, so he's crooked.
He's very hunched ovaried.
Yeah.
Which is funny considering he's a dwarf, so he's already short, so now he's just gonna be like,
Even shorter.
just a ball of hate.
Yeah. Ball of hate. And there were some really cool ones on here. I think that was honestly probably the least scary that would have been. What, 3? Please tell me it was a 3.
It was.
Yeah, so that would be flamboyant.
Or outlandish clothes.
Or outlandish clothes. Flamboyant clothes.
Unfabulous.
All I can think is what's his name from The Magicians?
Yep.
Oh, Elliot.
Elliot,
Yep.
the true king of
Fillory.
Fillory.
But without going any deeper because of copyrights, we're sorry. We like it. Let's continue.
All right.
I'm okay with hunched posture, though. Like, that just makes him more decrepit because we don't know how old he is.
Yeah.
This is true. Yeah, this is very true. We also don't know how long this dungeon has been around.
Oh, yeah.
So this is actually going to be really interesting because we're going to roll out the high ability stat and the low ability stat.
Yeah.
His high stat and his dump stat.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a D6 for the high.
Sure. Shaka. It's a 2.
2. Dexterity is his high.
Ooh.
Super dexterous. Agile, graceful. Lilith? Lili? Lithe.
Lithe.
Lithe, that one.
Means wiry.
Ooh, so I'm thinking it's really hard to hit this guy.
Yeah.
And
Which also belies to the distinctive hunch.
yeah.
I mean, if you're...
Maybe it's like on all fours.
Maybe.
That's might be how I might run it. But yeah, run it how you want it. The next one is the low ability score. So the dump stat, which is a D6.
3.
3. Constitution.
Also good.
Sickly and pale.
Awesome.
Which, if this is a really old dungeon,
Right.
he's been here for X amount of...
Long time.
Yeah, hundreds of years. And hasn't probably eaten anything.
Right.
At least, if nothing else, is malnourished. So...
Maybe that's why he's hunched over.
Possibly, maybe there's a lot of small spaces where you're having to crawl, or
Yeah, and
he
he got stuck that way.
even has to like hunch over. Maybe
Yeah.
he got lost in one of these,
Trash compactor.
basically, yeah, and couldn't, he got lost in one section of this dungeon.
You gotta figure this guy
Yeah.
tried to get out at some point when he first got in.
Yeah. Then we got the NPC, which this is the tables that we're rolling off of. The talents.
Sure.
So something just kind of quirky about him, I guess. What they're good at, and that's a D20. And this could impact kind of some things about him. Otherwise, it might just be for the DM flavor.
15.
15. Expert cook.
He doesn't eat who he kills.
and he can cook them good.
Brings to mind Maddie and his foray into eating flesh and blood because he thought it smelled good.
Oh yeah, that was
He was
funny.
also cursed with like lycanthropy. So I mean,
But I don't know if that really held true because it was just a very nice swank he set up in the Dragon's Mansion.
I remember there was something else though. There was something else that was messing with him because it was a full moon, but I just wasn't in direct view of it.
Fair.
It's
So
still
so
funny.
it was affecting me in some way. It just made me more like feral.
It's hilarious.
I mean, would you take this guy so far as more of your Emma Lagasse bang, boom, making it good, or your Welcome to Flavortown kind of cook?
Yeah.
I would go for the Feral Fieri, Welcome to
He
Flavortown.
does what he can and it makes it happen.
Right?
Moving on.
Next we got mannerisms.
Ooh.
And that's a D20 as well.
Yes. Shucka, shucka, shucka. Nat 20.
Nat 20. So he either twirls his hair or tugs on his beard. That's a mannerism he has.
Cool.
Hmm.
I'd say tugging beard.
Yeah, probably. And maybe even twirling the beard.
Twirling the beard.
I can definitely see that. These are just things you can pepper in if they ever run across him.
Yeah.
And I'm an old dwarf.
I mean, essentially, yeah, like no self-respecting dwarf is going to be without beard.
No.
And if he's hunched over and he happens to be really old,
Well, he's been there for
he's
years.
gonna have
He's
a
not gonna be able to cut it.
glorious, ratty, kind of like just stuff in their beard.
Dragging the floor.
Maybe.
It hasn't been able to be
Because,
cut.
I mean, you gotta think, because, I mean, they have full beards, but they take pride in that and they trim them, they keep them
Groom,
nice.
But yeah, his is not going to be ruined.
No. Yeah. Rotting meat in there. How'd you get
That's what
that
I
in
figure.
there?
Like just things, like
Yeah.
saving them for later.
I'm saving them for later. Another thing for if your PCs happen to run across the big bad is the interaction traits, how he interacts with others, and yeah, I mean there's a lot of different ways you can go with this. It's a D12,
Awesome. Different dice. A whack. It's a 10.
10. He's very quiet. Or no, that's 11. Ponderous.
Always thinking.
Yeah. So.
Always thinking of ways to get out.
And I'm kind of thinking.
And riddly. And asking questions all the time.
Yeah, very inquisitive.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of thinking, like, especially if you let a character try and figure this out, or maybe with an insight check, or even maybe just perception, you get this, if we go this way, a raggedy old dwarf that's been trapped in this dungeon. As far as they know, he got lost in here. And, he's real old, real pale, hunched over, possibly with a makeshift cane.
He's always going to be staring off or lost in thought.
But he's got that glow in his eye.
Just
Like,
like a glimpse.
he's there, but he doesn't seem there.
Yes. Well, I'm
He's in La La Land.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. I'm old. Please help me.
So we got, we've got his ideals.
Sure. And are these like the standard Bond flaw?
Kind of. These they will be. Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm just making sure I have enough room on paper, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting a new sheet.
Yes. It is. That interaction trait was kind of like the traits on the personality trait on the character sheet.
Yeah.
This is the ideal. We actually, for this, go through it as is he good or is he evil? Is he lawful? Is he chaotic? He is neutral.
It's chaotic.
He is chaotic neutral. But there is a specific chart just for neutrals.
Okay.
So it's a D6.
Would it be the chaotic or would it be the neutral?
We'll roll in both.
Okay.
Because of the way this is kind of set up.
Sure.
So we'll do first the chaotic part.
Sure thing.
It's a D6.
6.
6?
No, 5.
5. The first part of this is no limits. He believes that there are no limits.
Oh.
So I can see it as like, it's not so much like you can't limit me. It's like as far as there are no limits, you only put limits on yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can do anything you want.
Mm.
The next one is the neutral aspect of it, which is a D6 as well.
6.
6. And is people.
People.
People. It's an ideal he has centered around people. No
Okay.
limits and people.
People are not off limits.
Yeah,
He'll
people
eat
are
you.
not off limits. I like that. So take that how you want it.
He'll cook you up.
Let us know if you come up with some interesting little way to figure those two out.
I mean, being chaotic neutral, I guess people would not be off limits considering like sacrifice or anything else, or just to sustain himself.
I mean, you could even look at people as like followers.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's kind of how I might go with it.
Yeah.
So next is his bonds, or his bond. James Bond. Beard Bond. So it's actually a D10 for this one.
Sure thing. That one. Chaotic is a 8.
8. So he is aggressively protective of a valuable possession.
Protects
It's
possession.
his beard.
It's his beard. It's most dwarves.
Okay.
And lastly is his flaws and
What's the
secrets.
neutral? Do you have a neutral bond?
No, we do not. That is just straight up.
Okay, cool. And then we're gonna do flaws. Flaw just straight up as
Yep,
well.
straight up.
Okay.
That's a D12.
Sure thing. Where is it? There it is. 3.
3. He is very arrogant.
Mm.
Ah.
That's kind of interesting.
Definitely.
So he's ponderous when he's talking to people, but he's very arrogant.
Maybe because he's been there for years.
I think it's more of like he has like, it's like almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, I am awesome.
Very full of himself. And
Yeah.
again, there's really no limit to what he won't or can't do.
Yeah.
Or what lengths he'll go to aggressively protect such ex MacGuffin.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, I think that's pretty good. I mean, is there anything else we need to look at?
No, I don't believe so. That should be it.
Okay, well then with that,
Yeah.
that is fleshing out as far as the appearances and mannerisms of our big bad chaotic neutral dwarf warlock.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Thanks for tuning in. Again, as always, I'm Dave. That's Jim. That's Crystal. And this has been another look behind the screen.
Later, guys.